everybody and welcome back. This is International Master Camelia Ciobanu, and in this video we will talk about the stalemate in Endgames. And I have chosen a position from a game played by Glaser against Zurel. And in their end game they reached this position in which white is at a disadvantage. Therefore it would be a good idea for white to find a stalemate and so make it possible to draw. Well, why am I saying this? Because the pawn on h2 is a passed pawn and is a potential danger. If black manages to promote it, he can win. So that white's idea in order to force a draw should be that of forcing black to bring the king in the corner and then being able to keep it in front of the pawn, and so the king will not be able to move and the pawn will remain blocked and black will remain out of moves. Therefore it will be a stalemate. And let us see practically how that can be done. Well, first of all, we can see that the knight is under attack and the knight goes in the corner to block the passed pawn. In this position, black played pawn to f4, but let's say for an instant that black would have brought the king to g2, attacking the knight again. In this case, let's say white could have played king to e3. That's one possibility. And now what happens after f4? In any moment it's very important to calculate the variations and see where they lead. For example, white has a potential blunder in this position. If it goes after the pawn, then the king will be too far away from black's king. Can you see? And it cannot stop it from going away from before the pawn, and so black will be able to promote. Okay, so after pawn to f4 check, white should bring the king back to e2, and after pawn to f3 the king can go either to e3 or to e1, let's say, and if the pawn goes to f2 then the knight will take, and of course when black promotes, white takes the queen, and this is a draw. Alright, let's go back. So pawn to f4 check. Okay, black played in this position pawn to f4 directly without bringing the king to g2. So now white should bring the king to d2, waiting for black's king to move aside so that white can approach black's king and take their position whenever that will be possible. So king d2, king to g2, and now the king takes their position. If black takes on h1, white will be able to close the king in front of his own pawn. So let's say black pushes the pawn to f3 check, king to e1, and now after king takes h1, white simply brings the king to f2, and this is a stalemate. Black cannot make any other move. So the secret is that whenever the king gets in front of his own pawn, white's king should be in opposition or just close to the king, not allowing it to escape from the corner. And so black is in stalemate, and so white has saved the game. Well, thank you so much for your attention, my dear friends, and I will talk to you in a new endgame video.